Hello everyone and welcome to DryerDays Art Studio. I'm Catherine. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to be working on these adorable clear flower little coasters. And I've got this video sort of jam-packed with a lot of information today, so I hope you can stick around, watch the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. It's free for you. It really helps my channel out. And I have so many videos for your binging pleasure, so if you guys enjoy the videos, yeah, please subscribe and hit that like button. And if you'd like to support my channel further, check out the video description for ways to become a patron and other ways to support. So let's get right into the video. I'm going to be using my small round coasters with matching coaster stand. I'm just getting started here by cleaning out the molds a little bit. I do hand wash gently all of my molds before I use them, and these were dried out, so I'm just taking a little bit of an alcohol prep pad here just to make sure my surface is nice and clean, because I wanted these to be very clear, very see-through. I did not want any dust or debris on these at all. So you can see there I'm going to be using the small yellow flowers. So I just got these packs of dried flowers in my store, and so far they are a big hit, so I'm going to be getting more, but these are available right now at DryerDaysArtStudio.com, as are the molds and everything that I'm going to be using in this video. Anything that's not available I will be mentioning, and you can find links to all of the products that I use in the video's description. And that goes for every single one of my videos. I always try to list everything that I use for you guys. And if you miss anything, just leave me a comment and I'll let you know where I got something in particular if you need help finding it. So there I'm just inspecting my mold, making sure they look really clean. And I'm going to be using Total Boat's tabletop epoxy for this piece. And I just made a tiny, tiny bit of resin to start giving myself a little bit of a clear base on all of these here. So here, just following around the rim so that I can get those sides, start to be getting those a little bit wet or saturated, if you will, with some clear resin. And we'll move right along here. And now we're going to just lightly hit with my heat gun to make sure I've gotten all the bubbles out. Okay, so that thin, clear coat looks really, really good. There are no bubbles, so I'm going to get into my flowers here. They're pretty easy to open. There's a little notch, but I am going to get some scissors to open these because I wanted to be very careful. This was my first time opening and using these. And I just wanted to show you real quick that I have blue, white, red, pink, and I also have purple. We're going to show you that later. So yeah, a bunch of color options. Are really, really pretty. And since you guys are seeming to enjoy them in the store, I'm going to be getting more. So again, if you want to check any of this stuff out, it's at DryerDaysArtStudio.com. I'm going to use some tweezers here to place the flowers in where I want them. I have seen people just use their bare hands, and in a later project, I do get right in there with a hand that is not gloved. I always recommend using PPE gloves and a respirator when you're working with resin, but sometimes with these really small, delicate flowers, it does help to have a bare hand, no gloves on, and just to be mindful of that and just be careful when you're doing that. But for this project here, I am going to use my tweezers. I just want to talk about my process here really quickly. I knew these were going to be small coasters and I wanted to keep them very simple, just very natural looking, and I knew how many flowers I had, so I knew how I wanted to space these out on each. I will end up adding some white flowers from the white pack to that coaster stand there. but these were the perfect amount of flowers for this little project here. And I have these priced pretty reasonably low for $4.99 a pack. And so, you know, I like to have at least one of each on hand. But they do include all these really adorable little flowers. The colors go all so nicely together. I love, like, look at this little branch here. I don't know. I'm the flower person. I am not. I have like no flowers in my yard. We're in Colorado and it's just like all rock, and that's just perfect for me. But I love flowers so much, and I'm loving the dried flowers in resin. And so I had to try my hand at this. I had to get some for the store, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying these. So now I want to add just a touch of sparkle. So I'm going to take my Pan for Gold biodegradable glitter, also available only at DryerDaysArtStudio.com, and I'm just going to sprinkle a touch onto these here. And when that's done, I'm going to let this sit for several hours, and I'm going to let it cure. And next up here, we have a special little sneak peek with my girls. So those are my daughters. We all have our respirators on, as you can see. Now, the reason we have our respirators on is because we're in the studio and I have things curing. They will not be handling resin, just so you know. I don't want anybody getting upset. They are not handling resin, but in my well-ventilated room here, I did have a few things curing, and I wanted them to be protected. So as you can see, my one daughter really wanted her gloves, and we all have our respirators on. So they love purple and pink, and they saw that I had purple flowers, and so they got to pick out what mold they wanted to use, and they picked the angel wings. And so now they are just going to put their flowers on, and when they get them where they want them, I'm going to pour resin on for them. So I just wanted to show you guys this so you could see the purple flowers, and my daughters are super excited to be in another video of mine. I just want to mention here, in case you're wondering why I don't have resin on here, my oldest daughter, well, both of my daughters love watching YouTube. Do they watch my videos? No, they watch everyone else's. But my oldest saw actually a bunch of videos with people pouring with the flowers, and when she saw that I got flowers, that's what kind of spawned them wanting to do this. So she insists that she was watching videos where they did not do the base clear coat first. And so I said, okay, if you want to do it this way, just start out with putting your flowers down first. I'll pour some resin on when you're done, and we can call it a day. And that's what we did. And they, so far so good, have turned out beautifully. I'm letting them cure for a few more days, and I will probably put a picture of them on my Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram or go check that out, it's just DryerDays on Instagram. And I will most likely, be posting a picture of these here in the next couple of days. Okay, so I have been waiting and waiting to feature this bad boy, to show you this. I am using my vacuum chamber that I got there from slickvacseal.com. I'm going to be linking this down in the description. I am so happy with this vacuum chamber, and you guys will see why. So I just showed you there how bubbly my resin was. So obviously I'm coming in to do a second coat on my coasters, a clear coat, and I want there to be no bubbles in this whatsoever. So I'm going to use my vacuum chamber. I'm going to give you guys a really quick tutorial on how I use this here. So we got it in there, we sealed it off, turned on the vacuum, and we get it up to a certain number, usually between 25 and 20 for this one. That's kind of usually where it taps off, and you're going to see in the cup there inside, you're going to see it start to like fill up. You're going to see the bubbles rising. That's just my husband teaching me how to work this thing because, you know, I'm just sort of like a little helpless with some of this stuff. Thank God I have him around. So you're going to start to see the bubbles are going to come up, and that is the air being released from the resin. So he's just letting it go down a little bit. We kind of played with this a little. We did a little trial and error, and I discovered what works for me is I will put this on, let it get up to between 25 and 20, and that is pounds of pressure to get the air out of this resin. And I will let that go until the bubbles are about to overflow out of the cup. and then I will turn the vacuum off and I will let those bubbles go down on their own. And I will let it do this for about 10 minutes. So you can see there the bubbles are rising. That's all the air coming out of the resin. And so, okay, so we turned it off here. We're going to turn it off. He's letting it out a little bit, but I'm telling you, I learned to not even let it out a little bit like this. I just let it go all the way to the top. There you go. You see it going down. Now, I have let it sit for about 10 minutes. I saw there were still a little bit of bubbles in there, but now I have to release the pressure, which is what I'm doing right now. And you can see the valve going down there because I'm letting out the pressure. So as I'm doing this, you can't see it, but it's actually releasing just a few more bubbles out of there. We're going to take it all the way down. Okay, now I can get my lid off because the vacuum seal is broken. And look at how clear this resin is. Don't mind my messy counter. Look, I'm going to get it in the frame, don't worry. Look at how clear that resin is. Okay, so we are now ready to rock and roll. If you want to check out those vacuums, the chambers, check out my video description. I link everything below. Okay, so now I have this perfectly clear resin. I'm going to slowly, this is time-lapsed. I was not moving this fast. I'm slowly moving it around, trying to avoid incorporating any more bubbles into this because we just did all that work getting it crystal clear and bubble free. So just going to do this very, very lightly. I have actually, since I made this video, used that chamber for a few more. I was trying to cast some more flowers. I'm kind of self-teaching myself, and it's been sort of a slow process, and I am so happy to have that vacuum chamber. Total Boats resin is awesome too. And it just works so nice in that chamber, and it has a long enough working time that putting it in there for 10 minutes, I still have plenty of time to work with it. So it's definitely a balancing act between having the right resin to go in your chamber. But they were so awesome with me over there at Slickvac. I had so many questions for them. I actually found them on Instagram, so I will share their Instagram handle too in the video description. And anytime I had a question, they got back to me within a day. They even, I had their phone number too. They said, please call us if you're having any issues. And it just worked fabulously. I'm so happy I'm finally getting bubble-free resin. Totally bubble-free resin. It's awesome. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to add a couple of these white flowers to the coaster stand there. It just looked like it was lacking a little bit, so I'm going to put some of those on there, and then I am going to do a final coat of resin just in the stand. And then you guys will see the finished product. Showing you a close-up here of the flowers that I used in the package. Now, it's the same shape and amount of flowers in every package, but of course they're all just a little bit different because they are natural flowers. And of course, nothing is perfectly exactly the same in nature, so they may vary in size or a little bit in color, but you will get the same amount in every pack. All right, here it is. Oh my gosh, look. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Yeah, I was thrilled with these. And I just want to share with you guys too that I posted the little video of me like kind of showing these in the sun. And I shared that little video on my Facebook too. And within 20 minutes of putting up the video, I sold these. So they're very popular. People are loving the flowers. And I feel like these almost have a little bit of a retro look too, a little bit. I don't know why. I'm getting like 60s or 70s vibes. I don't know, from these flowers in particular, the yellow and the white. I don't know why, but I had so much fun making these guys. They're so easy. They're so fun. Here's another close up. You can see that pan for gold just giving us a little bit of a shimmer in there because, I mean, you know me and my glitter. And this is my pan for gold. I put this combination of gold glitter together. You can't find it anywhere else but DryerDaysArtStudio.com. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and picked up some tips and tricks. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And until next time, everybody, keep on pouring.